Many of you will be familiar with the face of this guest from his appearances on any number of national television programs and internet programs. Dr. Michael Beckwith is considered to be one of the top inspirational speakers in the world and is termed a New Thought minister. His journey began with the teachings of both the East and the West. What many don't know, however, is that his journey was not religious in nature, but mystical.
But as I was attending USC, I began to have these inner experiences and seeing things that, because I was in the psychobiology department, these were deemed pathological. Seeing visions, hearing voices, things of this particular nature. And this is back in the 70s. So I thought I was literally losing my mind.
Well, what kind of things were you seeing? What made you feel that way?
Well, for instance, I would come home, let's say I would be looking at television. Suddenly I'd be on my ceiling looking down at myself, look at television. Or I would think about my mother. And the next thing I know, I'm in her kitchen looking at her cook. And
you were having kind of out-of-body or astral travel experiences.
Out-of-body experiences, dreams, prophetic dreams. All of this was going on at a very intense time. I mean, every night was an adventure when I went to sleep. I didn't know what was going to happen. But because I had no spiritual background or spiritual practice, I didn't know these were somewhat common experiences that you could grow into. I didn't know what they were. I just thought I was losing my mind to a degree. I can remember being in one of my psych classes, and I was watching the teacher teach, and suddenly I saw all of these spirits around him jumping in and out of his body as he was teaching. He was very animated. He was teaching, and I was looking, and I said to my friend next to me, I said, "Do you see that?" And he said, "What?" I said, "All those beings jumping in and out of the teacher." And he looked at me like, "Man, have you lost your mind? I don't see anything." And so I thought I was losing it. And I was doing an internship programs with individuals who were in mental institutions.
Yes.
And I can remember going in one time. I was working with this young man who was in there, and we were playing ping pong. And I was asking him why he was inside. And he says, "Oh, you know, I have these visions and I see things." And he began to describe some of my own experiences, except he's locked up.
This is the problem, isn't it? This is a big problem with a lot of people locked up.
And so about 3 or 4 minutes we were talking. Then I realized we weren't talking. It was telepathy. And I remember putting the ping pong table, paddle down, and walking out, checking out.
You won't want to miss this intimate glimpse into the life of Michael Beckwith. For the full interview, go to ConsciousMediaNetwork.com.
Pour yourself in me and pour yourself into my heart.